Hey everybody, it's your old buddy, Uncle Rich, the truth detector, out here for another exciting adventure of truth telling. Guys, today is April 15th. It's tax day. And guess what's the one thing we haven't seen? Trump's taxes. But guys, we're really here to celebrate something today, and it has nothing to do with taxes. This is show number 259, and this is going to be about free energy. So Judy, can you put up our wipe on the bottom with the free energy? Because if there's one thing, guys, a lot of people will classify liberals as people that want things for free. Well, guys, we know that nothing is free, but there are better ways to pay for things. And guys, when you see what tonight's show is going to be about, and it's going to be about biodigesters, and we're going to introduce you to a new company, and the name of the company is Vanguard. And guys, we're going to have some fun, but first we're going to introduce you to this company because they're award winners. And guys, I'm telling you, it's a new industry. They're award winners. So let's hear how the local news touted Vanguard and Barstow Longview Farm in Hadley, Massachusetts. So Judy, let's have clip number 00, please.
Hadley Farm has a new way to make money, save energy, and give back to the environment. 22 News reporter Matt Caron is live at our Hampshire County Bureau to detail their award-winning efforts.
Barstow Longview Farm in Hadley has won an award for their anaerobic digester. It's a machine that turns manure and food waste into electricity.
Now, guys, did you hear what he said? He wanted to introduce you. The announcer said they're going to introduce you to technology where you can make money, save energy, and turn manure and food into energy. And guys, what did the reporter out in the field say? He called it a digester. Now, guys, of course, it's not a digester. It's an anaerobic digester. But guys, the technology is so new that when this plant opened in 2016, nobody really ever heard of digesters. So you could understand how he got it wrong. But after tonight's show, if there's one thing everybody's going to know how to say, it's anaerobic digesters. But Judy, let's just have a little fun because like I said, it's a virgin industry, something that's just starting to catch on. So let's have a little fun with the way he pronounces his syllables. So Judy, let's have number 1 again.
Their anaerobic digester.
One more time, Judy.
Their anaerobic digester.
Once more. One more.
Their anaerobic digester.
All right. Hey, Matt, when you did that spot on TV, if you really paid attention while you were doing it, you would have said, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here's an industry. Here's a blossoming industry that's going to change the world. And who knows, maybe he's working with biogas. But guys, when we talk about when we talk about awards, we've done a lot of stuff with biogas and with the eggs. So Judy, I want to show everybody still number 02. And guys, take a look at the old eggs that we so proudly featured with still number 02. Let's have a look at it. Now, guys, look at the picture on the bottom, the second from the left. Those are the digesters that we featured on one of our former shows. And if those aren't the same digesters on top, but look, it looks like they painted them, right? But if they painted them, now is this photoshopped or, because why wouldn't they paint the globe on different, in different angles? But guys, that's what, now remember, those eggs are about 6 stories high. So a lot, but that's in New York City. But what Vanguard is doing, guys, when you see their biodigesters, you're not even going to know what they are. So Judy, let's go to still number. Beautiful. Guys, look at that. They just look like big. Look at the beautiful logo and the one on the right, Vanguard. Look at the top of it, that rubber. That's where all the gas is. The other one is another farm. Now, guys, I believe so far they've only done 6 projects. And hopefully, I'm going to visit the Barstow one this coming week. So, Judy, if we can go to the next still. And, guys, when we talked about awards, American Biogas Council in 2016, Agricultural Product of the Year awarded the Barstow's Longview Farm Anaerobic Digester Partnership with Vanguard Renewables, Cabot Creamery Cooperative, and Eversource. So, Judy, these guys pooled their resources. They had an idea. They brought the idea to fruition. And if we can go to the next still, we'll see that Vanguard. And guys, they use Vanguard, and they use farm powered, and they also use, I almost embarrassed that food waste.com. But Vanguard Renewables was named 2018 Organics Recycler of the Year by the National Waste and Recycling Association. And that was on October 23rd, 2018. So, guys, do we need to say anything more? I mean, these guys, the last one we're going to show you is just a close-up of the tanks. And, guys, once again, just look how nice they look. I mean, wouldn't you be proud to have these on your property? So let's see. Judy, I think we want number 6, please. Let's take a look at number 6. Whoop, there we go. So Vanguard Renewables was named 2018 the Recycler of the Year. And guys, now for anybody, you can come back to me, Judy, for anybody that's a little confused about waste to energy and what actually happens, we actually have an Uncle Joey version that's going to explain everything. And when I say an Uncle Joey version, it's an animated version, because with some of the simple folk, you got to go slow with them, like Ken Johnson, Eddie Shalhoub, all my buddies on Facebook. Oh, I got kicked off of Facebook again for calling somebody one of the simple folk. You believe this, guys? So anyway, we'll show you the quote later. But guys, right now we want to show you the animated version of methane, what happens with food waste, and what happens at the dump. So Judy, number 7, please.
Every day, huge amounts of food is thrown away, piling up in landfills. As it decomposes, food waste releases dangerous greenhouse gases and contributes to atmospheric pollution and climate change. Vanguard Renewables has a smarter solution: farm-powered food waste recycling. With the farm-powered solution, instead of a landfill, your food waste is transported to a farm and combined with farm waste in a Vanguard Renewables anaerobic digester to produce renewable energy. The process solves food waste challenges, reduces greenhouse gas emissions by more than 85%, and generates valuable resources for the farm, including fertilizer, animal bedding, and heat. Companies generating more than 1 ton of food waste per week can visit foodwaste.com to get a customized plan and budget for clean, reliable farm-powered food waste collection and recycling. To learn more about a customized food waste solution for your company, visit www.foodwaste.com today.
All right, so you see the 3 logos there, right, guys? Foodwaste.com, Vanguard, and Farm Powered. All 3 of those, that's the same company. All right, the same sources and everything. But guys, what I really want to try to do is, I want to just go down to Stu Leonard's. And I just, I think I told you 2 shows ago on a Saturday night, I went down and I talked to their manager. Nice kid. I think he said he was 23 years old. I should be able to get his name again. And when I talked to him about renewable energy, his eyes lit up. And guys, I think that once you get somebody, his name is Jim Cataldo. And Jim, with this company, I'm telling you, I think that you guys could put a digester on your property. You can power Stu Leonard's with electricity. With the electricity that you generate, when you go to cool off the generator, you can use that heat to heat the building. Guys, I'm telling you, I think, I don't know, I could be wrong, but this, you know what? I'm going to talk to him and I'm going to make the proposal. And there's only 1 or 2 things that can happen. They can either say yes or no, but I can almost guarantee you that they're onto this idea, and it's just a matter of what it's always about, guys, the money. And once you start to see with tonight's show that this is not only economically feasible, it's rewarding. And I don't know what Stu's pays a month in electricity, but could you imagine if that was a bill that went away magically? It ain't magic, it's biogas. But later on, we're going to show you a clip that you might think it's magic. But guys, whenever we do something like this on the show, we like to cite our sources. We like to make sure we got our act together and we're backed by experts who know what they're doing. And this next short clip, who could possibly know what they're doing better than Washington State University? So guys, let's hear what Washington State University has to say about anaerobic digesters and making energy with methane. Judy, number 8, please.
Anaerobic digesters are basically carbon conversion tools. They simply take the organic carbon that's inside the manure and turns it into a gaseous inorganic carbon, which is called biogas. Biogas is methane and carbon dioxide. It's the methane that we really want. We can use it for fuel or as power or electricity.
Look at that motor, guys. Judy, keep that up for a second. Guys, look at that motor. Look at the size of that motor. And that's being powered by the methane that's coming off the cow poop and the food waste. All right, Judy, so you can come back to me now. But we'll get to that. Now remember, on this show, we play the short clips first, and then we back them up with the full clips. But the next clip is going to be with Vanguard Energy and how their energy is their fuel. And you're going to say, wait. Energy is their fuel? Is this where you're getting your free energy from, Rich? Well, I'll tell you what. You make the decision. Judy, number 9, please.
So we can increase the amount of money he makes per cow by anywhere from 15 to 25%. The second thing is the farmers are always good stewards of the land. So they're always looking for a better way of doing things. So we have reduced by well over half all the chemical fertilizers that they use on their farms. And then the third thing is that we're basically giving them for free heat that comes off that would have been otherwise wasted from the generator that generates the energy So they're getting their heat for nothing, which means they no longer have to pay fuel oil or propane bills.
Guys, is it starting to make sense to you? Is it almost sounding like it's too good to be true? Like this could be the holy grail of energy? And he said the production of the cows is up 15 to 25%. And you're going to say, what do you, the production of the cows is up. Guys, a lot of these places use wood chips for cow bedding. Now, when they use the biodigester, the cow bedding is a lot more comfortable. So you got happier cows. And happier cows give you more milk. And more manure, which we use in the cycle. But guys, the next clip is going to show you how a dairy farm gets it better. So Judy, number 10, please.
Every year a farmer would see that bill go up, 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 and up. You can't control milk prices. You can't control produce prices. But
Guys,
we can
he's
lock
the
down a lot of
CEO.
those variables in their business model that helps them be more successful.
Isn't that thing good looking? Look
We're
at
pumping
that.
heat back. We're giving them fixed energy costs well below what they're paying, and they won't go
Fixed
up for
energy
the life
costs.
of the system.
Here at Jordan Dairy Farms, we're 100% powered by methane. We're also powering about 500 homes.
Powering those 500 homes with cow poop and food waste. Is the light going on? Now, if they can power 500 homes, don't you think Stu Leonard's uses less electricity than 500 homes? I don't know. But you know what? Let's find out. And I tell you, I think when Stu finds out what's going on, the light's going to go on. He's going to say, hey, Rich, get these guys down here. Let me talk to them. And hopefully, the guys from Vanguard can give them an offer they can't refuse. Well, guys, if you're getting free electricity, you'd be foolish to refuse it, wouldn't you? But the next clip we're going to show you is how models create ideas and how ideas and sustainability make changes. So, Judy, let's have clip number 11, please. Polar water.
Sustainability is really a business model. It really has to be part of the culture of the business. If you're reckless with natural resources, it's very expensive.
There you go.
What these guys are doing, it's just spectacular. They're combining food waste with cow waste, and they're gathering all this methane and driving it into generators that generate power.
Guys, look at this. Here comes a nice poop truck
It consolidates
with the nice
our
fishies, and
efforts
there's
in the food
Geisler's.
waste system.
And Judy, keep this up for a second. Hopefully, this is the Geisler's that I'll be visiting when I go to visit the bio farm. So guys, once again, this is Geisler's, and let's just reinforce the fact that they sell to the Barstow Longview farm with clip number 12, Judy. Go ahead, hit number 12.
Bastow's Longview Farm, in partnership with Vanguard Renewables, receives more than 14,000 tons of food waste annually from food manufacturers, processors, and
There you
producers
go.
such as Cabot Creamery, Geisler's Supermarkets, H.P. Hood, Wind River, Canes, and
Cabot Creamery, Geisler's. And guys, once they mix the food waste slurry in with the cow slurry, it makes it like 15% more active. Hey, I don't know what goes through a microbe's minds, but they seem to produce a lot more gas when they got fresh celery and fruit and tomatoes. But guys, the next clip, we're going to show you Geisler's. And this is an actual sign at Geisler's. And this is one of the owners of Geisler's. And hopefully, I'll be visiting Geisler's with Vanguard and with Barstow all in one fell swoop. So Judy, let's have clip number 13, please.
With the grind to energy system installed in our headquarters
Grind
store,
to energy.
we divert about 1 ton of food waste each week out of the landfills.
It's very good to know that when the waste is removed from our store now, not only is it easier for us to get that waste out of our store quickly at the end of every day, but it's good to know that it's going towards a green effort. It's not just going to a landfill somewhere.
There you go. Now, I think he said they save 1 ton. I don't know. You know what? I don't want to get all confused. So if we get Vanguard to pay Stu's a visit, and guys, don't forget, on the 25th, Danbury, the sewage system in Danbury is going to be opening up the bids. So I want to get Vanguard in on that, and hopefully, if there's enough money, we can get Vanguard to use the biodigesters down at the sewer plant. So guys, I called Vanguard today, and I didn't get a response. But it's early. Things are busy. So anyway, the next clip we're going to show you is actually the clip that presents the award-winning, back in 2016, and this is Channel 22. It must be in, I don't know, Boston. I don't know where it is. But guys, it's close enough where they did the story on Barstow, and let's just have fun watching the whole clip. Judy, 22, please.
Live from the 22 News Broadcast Center, this is 22 News at 5.
Hadley Farm has a new way to make money, save energy, and give back to the environment. 22 News reporter Matt Karen is live at our Hampshire County Bureau to detail their award-winning efforts.
Barstow Longview Farm in Hadley has won an award for their anaerobic digester. It's a machine that turns manure and food waste into electricity. In the shadow of Mount Tom and between the Connecticut River sits Barstow Longview Farm in Hadley. Known for their homemade creamery, today it's another cow product that's making news.
We make methane gas, and that's what we do.
Methane gas that begins with manure and food waste.
We'd love to see more of these. We have the perfect facilities to dispose
Darren
of food waste.
Ross,
Food waste gets trucked in and offloaded here.
At different intervals during the day, depending on our mixture, we feed into our digester.
The liquid food waste in the digester is mixed with manure and heated. Nature does the rest. No chemicals.
This is the digester itself.
It breaks down into methane gas, which makes the top rise.
300 kW generator.
Look at
The
that
gas
motor.
operates a generator, which puts energy back into the Eversource grid, enough to power 1,600 homes.
It's been harder and harder to
1,600.
make ends meet milking cows. So we're just trying to find different niches that we can use to make the farm more profitable.
On this day, students from STCC toured the farm.
It's very renewable of us, honestly. Like, the people don't realize how important it is to conserve as much energy as we should at the rate of all this global warming happening.
And Barstow's gets paid for the energy they put into the grid. The heat from the methane is used to heat homes on the farm, and the food manure mixture is used on the fields as a natural fertilizer. Live at our Hampshire County Bureau in Northampton, Matt Karen, 22 News.
I mean, all good news. All good. 1,600 homes. I don't know. How many homes is Stu's equivalent to? And what about with the new sewage treatment plant, all the human stuff that needs to be broken down and we can benefit. But guys, did you see they had a bunch of students touring the farm? Well, hopefully I'll be able to do that and take pictures at the same time. But let's see. All right, so the next clip we're going to do now is from Washington State. And this is no baloney, BS. This is as factual as you're going to get it. So if you're going to cite any sources, this is probably the one you're going to want to cite. So Judy, let's learn something and let's hope some of the simple folk, this will rub off on some of the simple folk. So Judy, let's have 23, please.
Anaerobic digestion is a promising technology offering many benefits to society. Far too often, though, this method of organic waste treatment is touted only for its ability to produce renewable energy. However, anaerobic digestion also helps improve air and water quality, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and can even be a source of job creation for local economies. Furthermore, the next generation of anaerobic digesters is at the center of a system of technologies capable of producing even greater benefits.
Digesters have been around for a while, but we've got new technology that allows us to take this to a better place economically and environmentally.
Traditional methods of dealing with the organic waste stream include sewage treatment plants, aerobic lagoons, compost yards, and landfills. However, unlike anaerobic digesters, these solutions more often than not consume rather than produce energy.
There you go.
Digesters come in many different designs. Some treat municipal sewage or urban food waste. Others process animal manure. In this video, we will use the example of a rural dairy-based system. But whatever their design, all digesters follow the same underlying concepts.
Anaerobic digesters are basically carbon conversion tools. They simply take the organic carbon that's inside the manure and turns it into a gaseous inorganic carbon, which is called biogas. Biogas is methane and carbon dioxide. It's the methane that we really want. We can use it for fuel or as power or electricity.
Without anaerobic digestion, manure management has traditionally been limited to simply storing untreated manure in lagoons and later applying the untreated liquid onto fields. However, this practice leads to potential air and water quality issues, such as nutrient overloading to soils, release of phosphates and nitrates to water supplies, and emissions of odorous volatiles, ammonia, and greenhouse gases, such as methane and nitrous oxide. Anaerobic digestion, as part of a system of integrated technologies, can address all of these issues.
It gives us the diversification to have more than one item to sell, and also helps us control the nutrients, the manure, and that sort of thing.
At the center of the system is the digester itself, basically a sealed tank where the organic material is broken down. On this dairy farm, cow manure and potentially off-farm organics from the community are collected in a holding pit, then pumped into the digester. The tank mimics the digestion process of an animal's stomach. Inside, the liquid is heated, agitated, and mixed in an air-free environment. This converts the solid carbon in the manure to biogas, which is collected, cooled, and used to power an electrical generator. The electricity can be sold to the local utility and sent out to the grid. The system itself creates the energy needed to keep the process going. Temperature and flow are maintained using excess biogas and heat reclaimed from the generator set. After the biogas is captured, the treated manure is pumped to a separator where the liquid is removed. The remaining solids can be used by the dairy as bedding for their animals or even sold for profit as a soil amendment or peat moss replacement. The treated liquid is stored in a lagoon for watering crops. Unlike untreated lagoon water, this liquid is significantly reduced in pathogens and virtually odor-free. For the current generation of anaerobic digesters, this is where the treatment process usually ends.
Guys, that's where it used to end. But now we're going to take it to another level. And I tell you, it just keeps getting better and better. And now once people are starting to realize there's money involved, hey, there's no turning back now. There's no turning back. So Judy, let's have clip number part 2 of Washington State University. Number 24.
For the current
Judy.
generation of anaerobic digesters, this is where the treatment process usually ends. However, even greater benefits and value can be gained by adding additional components to the system. One example is nutrient recovery.
Anaerobic digesters by themselves do not do a very good job of treating the nitrogen and phosphorus in the manures or organic waste. If you have too much fertilizer, too much nitrogen and phosphorus, it can be harmful for the soil and the plants. That's the case at some of our large animal farms. Therefore, we need nutrient recovery units to be associated with our digesters.
Nitrogen in the form of ammonia can be reclaimed using a revolutionary new technology developed by Washington State University and its industrial partners. The process is far less
Developed by
expensive than existing
Washington
methods.
State.
We can collect it and then make it into an ammonia sulfate fertilizer that farmers traditionally have used for years. An added benefit is that during this ammonia production process, we cause the phosphorus to settle out. So we get a 2-for-1. These concentrated biofertilizers can be used by the farmer and displace what they presently are doing in buying fossil fuel-based fertilizers. A combined digester and nutrient recovery system is a win-win because we make renewable energy, we solve a concern with nutrients, and we make revenue for the local community.
Another add-on technology relates to the scrubbing and compression of biogas. In this type of system, biogas is converted to renewable natural gas fuel instead of being used to generate electricity.
We're just in the middle of a tip from petroleum-based fuels to methane fuels, natural gas for trucking fleets and for cars. We have the technology now to produce renewable natural gas from the biogas that comes off the digester. It's clean to pipeline standards, is available for vehicle fuel for half the price of diesel.
While biogas scrubbing and nutrient recovery are already at commercial scale, pyrolysis and other related technologies are currently in development and hold great future promise.
In the future, we'll be able to take this the next step to clean, even drinkable water.
Construction of anaerobic digester systems helps state and local economies as well. In addition to tax revenue, it is estimated that in the state of Washington, for example, each digester project creates 15 to 20 full-time jobs during construction and 2 to 3 permanent positions for its operation. Despite their initial capital cost, with well-conceived business models, anaerobic digester systems offer significant economic savings and environmental benefit over the long term.
Everything kind of comes in, goes around, and goes back out as something usable.
There are synergies with this systems approach. We not only have the digester, but we've got these additional units that we can plug on, and that requires more capital, but also generates a lot more revenue, making a more profitable package and making this more replicable.
The advantages of anaerobic digestion are well documented. Waste management, renewable energy, biofertilizer production, greenhouse gas reduction, and more. With the incorporation of existing technologies and the development of future ones, the benefits will only continue to grow.
So what do you think, guys? So Washington State University, those liberals at the college, they're the ones that came up with the idea of how to get more out of the gas. Can you imagine that? Colleges teaching our kids something other than fossil fuel? And guys, you heard what the one guy said. We have to get away from petroleum-based fossil fuels, and we have to get more into methane. Like the trucks that you're using, run on methane. And you saw the methane pumps. And I tell you, from what I understand, methane is about half the price of diesel. So see how much money you could save. But guys, with the next clip, we're going to look at Vanguard and their management. And this is going to be part 1. So Judy, let's have clip 25, please.
We value the American farmer. We want to help the farmer. We want to do something else with our waste. Our landfills are filling up. The community has understood that we need a better solution.
Traditional farm-based digesters were put in place to manage manure. we've seen a change where it's a way to take food waste and combine it with the manure to create a superfood or a recipe that can maximize gas production.
A good part of the process that we use here is by taking the organic material that's generally thrown away, put down the sewer, or hauled away to a landfill by somebody who's manufacturing food products. So what we're doing is we're saying we'd like to capture that you're throwing away, and we would like to turn it into energy and fertilizer, and we end up making the whole supply chain a closed loop.
One of the benefits to a feedstock provider is to affiliate itself with our Farm Powered brand. The Farm Power brand shows the public that a food manufacturer, feedstock provider, cares about the environment. They are consciously making a decision to take food waste, and instead of putting it into a landfill, they're doing the environmentally responsible thing and finding an alternative place for such waste.
We're able to take a byproduct of our processes here at West Springfield, buttermilk, and provide that to the Barstow's digester. And that digester will make more methane gas and provide electricity, which goes on to the power grid. But we're glad to do that because we want to support the local farmers, and we want to find ways to take the byproducts that we do have here at the facility and make sure they're used as efficiently as possible. Now the waste buttermilk that we do have and the waste butterfat doesn't have to go into the local landfill or to go into the local wastewater treatment plant. It can go into a farm where it can be used and generate electricity.
Look at all that corn. Hey guys, I don't know if this is absolutely positive, but I'm pretty sure it is. Cabot Cheese has a reciprocal agreement where they give their butterfat products to the farm to be used in the biodigester in return for free electricity. Now guys, I'm 90% sure on that, but you know me. But guys, I'm pretty sure they have a reciprocal agreement. Hey, reciprocal. That's the one word Trump loves. So we're going to reciprocate with more from Vanguard Management with part 2. And Judy, clip number 26, please. Judy?
What is so important for a group like Cabot is that with very small changes to the way that they manufacture their butter, they're able to send us the waste, and we can turn that into renewable energy. That becomes farm power, and we send that farm power back to their creamery. So you get the perfect closed-loop energy cycle.
You said they send it back, right?
Sustainability is really a business model. It really has to be part of the culture of the business. If you're reckless with natural resources, it's very expensive. What these guys are doing, it's just spectacular. They're combining food waste with cow waste, and they're gathering all this methane and driving it into generators that generate power.
It consolidates our efforts in the food waste system. Before, where we had the meat barrels with the bone barrels, and then we had the chicken grease, and then the produce being all picked up by different people. So this consolidates it down to one effort, keeps it inside the building. We try to make it easier for our employees, safer.
Grind to energy,
better.
guys.
You're taking your food waste, recycling it, putting it back into energy, which is being useful to everyone.
Now that would just end up in a dump.
There's
You
a
know
great
that,
quote that
and
goes
I
around
know
that
that.
waste is only a waste when you waste it. For us, what we see is taking that waste stream that otherwise has no use and putting it into a digester where we can actually generate energy and push that back into the community, that's where we get the real magic.
Vanguard Renewables. So waste is only a waste when you waste it. Remember that. Waste is only a waste when you waste it. And guys, you know, you saw at the very end of that clip how he said it was magic. Well, 3 shows ago, we showed you how Disney uses their magic to turn food waste into treasure. That's right. Because a lot of the energy that they get at Disney World comes, believe it or not, magically from biogas. So, Judy, let's go back a couple of weeks with clip number 27, please.
All right, finish your dinner or else. That's what Mom said, right? Among other things.
Little
These
volume,
days, not finishing
Kurt.
dinner could keep the lights on. New at 10, our consumer reporter Chris Camara is going to open the closed doors now to show us a new twist on trash versus treasure and the magical place it is being tested.
Garbage in.
It's a win-win.
Power out.
This is really unique.
Trucks deliver a flood of food.
10,000 pounds. 10,000 pounds.
Most of us would describe this slurry
Mamma
as
mia.
disgusting. A company called Harvest Power calls this mess fuel.
That's beautiful material.
Through an ingenious process,
We pump it to a mixed tank.
the leftovers you see here
We have chicken, we have rice, we have orange peels.
will be converted into electricity.
None of the food will go to waste.
This load of surplus slop comes from someplace unexpected. Trucks are labeled Reedy Creek Improvement District. That's a corporate code for a household name.
Our largest customer is Disney.
Walt Disney World makes memories and millions of meals. But those who join the Mickey Mouse Club aren't always members of the Clean Plate Club. Dirty dishes pile up. So right under our noses, tons of residue from breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Around 50 to 60 tons every single day.
Now leave Walt
50
Disney
to
World
60
for Harvest
tons
Power.
every
We're
day.
part of the infrastructure. Most people don't really know what's going on in the infrastructure.
Just a mile drive from Fantasyland.
Disney is all around us.
And behind the scenes, an avalanche of excess food flows 7 days a week.
Sometimes 8 days a week.
It's pumped into million-gallon tanks.
Trying to make it look like Epcot? No.
Grub degrades over a month. Microbes transform food into fumes of methane.
After our leftovers percolate for 25 days, the resulting gas is piped to 2 huge engines.
Twin turbines crank out an incredible amount of power.
At full capacity, we'll produce enough energy that could power 16,000 homes every year.
But that's not all.
16,000.
The unconsumed pulp is dried out and piled into trucks. It's now fertilizer bound for farms.
To grow more food.
Food that could come full circle should it wind up at Disney and ultimately back here.
Over and over and over again. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Harvest Power is mimicking the way animals digest food.
We borrowed heavily from nature.
This company is confident its recipe for turning forgotten food into power, fertilizer, and reclaimed water
Food is mostly water.
is a model for making the most of food scraps globally.
This is the beginning, I think, of a big trend.
It's the real Tomorrowland.
It's sustainable.
Off limits, but on track to change your world. Starting within Walt Disney World.
It makes sense.
Chris Camara, Fox 13 News.
And that was on Fox News, believe it or not. So we just witnessed the land of tomorrow at Disney World. And guys, you know, the one place, the one biosphere farm, biogas farm, powered 16. We went from 500 homes to 1,600 homes. And this guy said they power 16,000. So, hey, I mean, you see it, you see what it's doing, and you see the value that it's creating. And guys, Vanguard, the next part we're going to show you is Vanguard shows that energy is our new fuel. So Judy, let's have number 28, please.
Energy is our fuel. If you think back to the 1700s, your job every morning was to get up and cut wood. Today, energy magically appears at people's homes. People don't think a lot about how it gets there. Our communities now are starting to think about what is the cost, what's the real cost of energy.
What's the real cost?
How do we as a society want to produce our energy?
An anaerobic digester is really nothing more than a cow's stomach that looks like a large silo on a farm with a rubber roof on it. And the rubber roof is where you hold the gas. And inside of the tank is the stomach that operates just like the enzymes do in a cow's stomach. So when you add manure and you add organic material from like a food processing plant together, they interact, they give off methane gas, you burn the methane, and you make electricity.
We get the same power every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're not dependent on the sun, we're not dependent on the wind. Cows are always here. Food waste is always here. We're going to get that energy every day.
The farmers have several reasons that they really want to be involved. The first reason is that it can enhance the income per cow. That's how a farmer thinks about his revenue, okay? So we can increase the amount of money he makes per cow by anywhere from 15 to 25%. The second thing is the farmers are always good stewards of the land. So they're always looking for a better way of doing things. So we have reduced by well over half all the chemical fertilizers that they use on their farms. And then the third thing is that we're basically giving them for free heat that comes off that would have been otherwise wasted from the generator that generates the energy. So they're getting their heat for nothing, which means they no longer have to pay fuel oil or propane bills.
All right, so that was number one. So now you're starting to see that they don't have to pay their fuel bill. What other advantages are there? So Judy, let's find out with clip number 29, please.
It's all about innovation. If you're farming today the way that you were farming even 10 years ago, you're probably in some significant trouble. This should be happening on a greater scale in the United States, and it's not.
It will now. Once everybody finds out Uncle Rich is onto it.
We originally started this venture on our own. We had a general contractor working for us here, and we came up with a methane digester concept that was different than everybody else and it was going to work. And we had done a fair amount of homework ourselves, and we determined just it wouldn't have flown for us on our own.
Look at that thing. Look at those trucks there.
You've got to know where your strengths are, and you got to know where your weaknesses are. You can't do everything yourself. Vanguard can come in and make you money off of your manure. And it's by saving you money on electricity, by giving you some heat, and then possibly giving you some money for your electricity at the end of the day.
There you go.
It's a win-win for everybody.
So Vanguard will come in.
Making room for more cows. Can't make any money with cows, you get more cows. Well, we've kicked it around for years and years, and then Phil Jorgensen came along with the idea of starting in a group and having a collaborative of farms so we wouldn't be in charge of day-to-day operations. We just own a piece of it.
There you go.
We use about 35 kilowatts an hour, and that thing produces at 285. So it's making way more than we use. It makes perfect sense to, not let the methane go up in the air and to make some use of it, right?
We're at a moment in time
So
as a
guys,
society, where we really have to look at what we've done for the past centuries and say, is this the right thing to do to the earth? You know, is this the right thing to do to our neighbors? Is this the right thing to do to our farmers? Farm-based anaerobic digestion really at this point needs scale.
Isn't that beautiful?
We want to see as many farms benefiting from the fact that they can now have fixed cost of power, organic fertilizer, heat, renewable energy, all those things. We want to see that happening on a much larger scale. Every farm that thinks that they would like to be part of this can be a part of this.
So guys, he said they use 35 kilowatts of electricity and they make 285. Hey, they're in the electricity business. We got to make sure they get compensated for it. That's the key. Everybody gets a little piece of the pie. But guys, the next clip, this is an old one from England. It was done about 10 years ago. But I just want people to get the idea of how much energy can be produced and how it can be distributed. So Judy, let's have clip number 30, please.
Such a plant would operate almost all the time, providing a regular supply of enough electricity for about 1,500 homes, which would feed into the grid. It would also generate significant waste heat, which could be used on site or distributed via a district heating network. Thinking through how to use this waste heat will be an important part of your plan and could help you secure finance, as there may be businesses with large heat demands that will be willing to invest in your plant in return for significantly reduced heat costs. Horticultural nurseries or bakeries, for example.
All right, so guys, you know, now you can see how things can benefit, but we want to go back to Geisler's and we want to show you this clip again for grind to energy, because remember, I want to try to hit both Geisler's and I want to try to hit Barstow's Longview Farm at the same time, because it's about an hour and a half, almost a 2-hour drive for me. So I want to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get as much done as I can. But this next clip is gonna, if you haven't seen it yet, you're gonna be blown away with food grind to energy. So Judy, number 31, please.
Geisler Supermarket is a 7-store chain located in north central Connecticut and western Mass.
We're a small farming community. The road I live on has at least 5 different farms. We do buy a lot of our local produce from the farmers in town.
It's a family-owned store. We've been in business for 93 years. I'm 3rd generation, and the 4th generation is in place to take over.
There is a lot of production going on here, and there is a lot of waste that needs to be removed on a daily basis.
We put food waste into a
finishing
45-gallon
the
bucket,
show.
and it takes 2 or 3
I do
people
a show
just
on
to take it out of the
YouTube and on
buckets and put them
Facebook.
into the compactors.
And we're in
Previous
the
to Grind
last 2
Energy,
minutes.
when
Let me
we
call
had
you
to bring
right
our
back,
trash
okay?
through
Well,
the
let me
store,
call you back
there was
later.
an odor
Well, no,
that came
tomorrow,
through
all
the
right?
store at certain times, and customers would ask, and
All right,
it
but,
was embarrassing.
if you're-
It's so quick. We
if
fill up
you're
the
on,
bins, we wheel them down. The machine is so fast.
What company are you
and
with again?
trust me, there is a lot of waste.
Okay,
The meat department
I'm mentioning
puts
Vanguard
variety of
left and
materials
right.
down the grind energy system.
I tell you, when I'm done with this
Anything
show,
that is
it'll be
typically
go to
generated by a meat department, from
WTTT,
bones,
pound
fat,
sign,
whole chickens,
259,
anything old
and you're going to see
or
Vanguard.
no good.
I touted you guys
going
the whole
into
show.
the grind to energy, anywhere from pasta,
And right now I'm showing. Right now I'm
occasionally
showing the
fruit.
clip.
You're a not usable product for the customer. You bring it to the grind to energy machine that's in the back, and you grind it up, and you know that that product is used for a different purpose now. You know that it's going somewhere, and it's not just waste.
There's an indicator on there that tells the company that the tank is full. They actually have a truck that comes, a pumping truck, that actually comes and empties out the tank.
So one-day install, Grind Energy brought their own people. They all came, did the job, and they cleaned up after themselves, and they were great. Grind Energy has gotten rid of a couple dumpsters that we had before that were issues with the smell from the compost. It's one less thing that everybody has to go outside and do in the cold and in the heat, which, you know, in the heat around here, things don't smell good.
This is recycling on its most basic level. You're taking food, breaking it down, sending it back to a farm, and turning that into energy so that once again you can grow more food and send it out to the supermarkets. It's coming full circle, and I think it's a wonderful program.
With the Grind to Energy system installed in our headquarters store, we divert about 1 ton of food waste each week out of the landfills. It's very good to know that when the waste is removed from our store now, not only is it easier for us to get that waste out of our store quickly at the end of every day, but it's good to know that it's going towards a green effort. It's not just going to a landfill somewhere.
It makes sense. It helps us, it helps consumers, and more importantly, it helps the environment. And that's number one, that's our future.
I've never seen anything like Grind Energy before. It's actually been a very helpful and wonderful tool for us in produce. It's a game changer is really what it is.
It's a great way to handle your food waste. It's cleaner, safer for the employees, and security-wise for the stores. I would tell other grocery executives that they really need to take a look at Grind to Energy. Guys, it's a
1 minute, good. All right, clip number 32. Play that and we'll go out with this with credits. And guys, this is the place. This is Barstow's Longview Farm. And this is where I want to go to see the biodigester. And when you see the paste, that's it, Judy, let it play. Guys, I took this off a bunch of stills. That's the farm. And that's in Hadley, I think. Look at that rainbow, huh? There's an aerial shot of the farm. And there's all the cows. And you can start running the credits. And there's the fair. And there it is, Barstow's Dairy Store. And guys, look at all those donuts. So you know Uncle Rich, Judy, if you want to come back to me, you know I'm going to have to stop in there and patronize some of those donuts. But guys, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank, hey, today's a day to celebrate. Judy was on time. All right, Judy. And guys, Kurt, I want to thank Kurt. I want to thank Dave and Candy. And most importantly, we want to thank Martino's Pizza. Every week he hooks us up. He takes good care of us. Marco, thanks a lot, buddy. Keep up the good work.